off the year profitable. Like what we're doing. Been really on top of the markets very well. So that's good. They've been fairly easy to call though off of the profile. The issue is reaction to news. Okay, we came into this market this morning looking to be sellers. For the most part, but we had major news to get through, a Newsday trade. And the issue for the E-mini is always, is it going to react with the fundamentals or against them? And this morning it actually reacted with the fundamentals. And so I mean, you just don't know on this particular contract. So here's the news. Here's the news spike. There's your V top, and then right here, these are all legitimate trades. They're lower highs coming back to retest the market. And we talked about 3 ways to enter and take a trade to get long in the mean with the news, and you had 4, 5, 6 bars to break even or scratch that particular trade before it spilled and came down. First trade out of the chute was a mean green trade right here, 51.75, a winner. A short off that S to get to retest that low, a winner. No trade on that S. Trade we talked through here at B was a small winner. This retest failure right here was a small winner. This B was a small winner. This S, that S for small winners. Last trade we talked through in the room was right here, getting long at 29, and we left a lot of money on the table. Mean green trade plus. All of those S's would have worked. This S was a loser. This S is a plus. And so on and so forth. So a couple of losers for sure, but nothing is perfect. But if you let the software do the work for you, you're going to do fine. And the key is, how do I let the software work for me? Well, number one, you got to go back and you got to develop confidence in that software, which means you got to do your homework. Homework, Charles, I don't know. So if the market were to close right now, lower high, lower low, we're looking for a place to sell it on the F1 screen. What do we see on the F2 screen? No news to drive to influence the trading. It's definitely a B, not the world's strongest B. Why does Charles say that? I love speaking about myself in the third person. Got that from my mother. Volume is above time. We'd like to see volume below time. That's a much stronger profile. We did create volume below yesterday's volume, which also reinforces the sell. So if the market were to close right here at 28.50, this 34.37 area would be sell 1. Leaning against the high volume number, this last rotate up. Second sell area would be 43.47, sell 2. On the buy side, we got this high volume number at 23, so 20 to 25. Buy 1. Got a low volume number down at 10, 10 to 15 would be buy 2. I think we're headed below 1900, so I don't really like the long side of the market. The news focus over the weekend will be, what has China done? Has our selling spilled over into China, etc.? The battle the Fed's been fighting since 2008 is deflation. And they were able, through trillions of dollars of security purchases, transfer of wealth from savers who got paid nothing on their savings to traders, large bankers, bailed out people who took risky investments, didn't pay the price for it. So you can just, what we see going on around us today really is immoral in so many different ways, but it is what it is. And for us as traders, we know the short side of the market, and that's not a bad thing. In China, of course, you could get your not so young rear end thrown in jail for knowing the short side of the market, or even wanting to think about trading the short side of the market. Okay, on the Treasury, the 10-year note, higher low, higher high, find a place to buy it. F2, definitely a P. Volume's a little bit below time, but definitely a strong P. So we're rejecting prices above 27.10. 16. So this 12 to 16 area is pretty good resistance. Right now, if the market were to close right now, we would be selling 11s to 15s. and then 19s to 23s. And a little more aggressive on the sell side, even in an up market on this because of the expansion of the knob spread. Broke out from Globex at 06. Last rotate down during the day session is 06. We're currently at 8. So 1 to 5 by 1. And if the E-mini is selling, definitely want to be long. We'll have to pay up for it. Do not want to be short. And 25 to 29 will be buy 2 if the E-mini is rallying. And it won't be from fundamentals. It'll be from outright central bank intervention, which we will be able to read and see. Then we do not want to be long treasuries. Looking at the 30-year, similar situation, and it is riding higher and high to the 10-year because of the expansion of the knob spread. So looking at this, failure to take out 20, 24, then 31 to 03. Be sell 2 on the buy side. You got an M period low of 7, an L period low of 5, a CADE period low of 1, so 1 to 5 kind of split that. Top of value is 8. We'll put a question mark at 9. And because of the volatility, they'll be fairly aggressive on the buy side and not so aggressive on buy number 2, 17 to 21. If the E-mini is in a rally, do not want to be long this contract. If the E-mini is selling, we're going to have to pay up to get long. James, the only problem I've had with this, number one, is figuring out Windows 10 how to use Explore, that new thing called Edge or whatever the new window is. It's been hard for me to get my favorites and stuff over there. I didn't really want to rebuild it, so being lazy, I have chosen to continue using Internet Explorer, which can create problems in and of itself. But the rest of it's been seamless, except for how to get my damn printer to stay as a default printer. Every time I turn it off, I lose my printer for some reason. So I've given up. I've called an IT guy, and he assures me he'll be able to fix that. Gold, higher low, higher high. We can buy it to see if we can take out the low. Stock market's down. We definitely want to be buyers of gold. Stock market's up. Probably can buy it cheaper when the stock markets begin to sell again. So our sell zone is 4 to 6. Based on the day session, then 10 to 12 based on Globex. On the buy side, 95, 97 by 1, 90 to 92 by 2. I was having a lot of instability problems with some different software programs, and Windows 10 has fixed some of them, but not all of them. Outlook has been a problem for a long time for me, and I think it's just built into that program. So I didn't have any trouble with making the transition, and I'm contemplating even doing it for my wife, which means I'll have many trips to her computer if I do that until she gets used to it. But I'll probably bite the bullet in the next month and do that. Crude oil, lower high. Yeah, actually it's higher low, higher high. Pretty darn close. I like the short side of the market. I think we need to retest that, but I'm not sure that we can take out 32. So buying that 32, 32.50 area still looks reasonable to me. Today it was buy 32.50, 32.75, so that's where support is. Why am I recommending buying 50 to 75? That's where support is. Trade what you see, not what you believe. Then 32 and a quarter, 32 even for buy 2. On the sell side, 33.50 to 75, sell 1, 34, 34 and a quarter, sell 2. And last but not least, the euro. China's screwing with Mario Draghi's mind every time they get a chance. Yuan devalued down. They had a minimal revaluation of the upside today. So down to what the yuan's going to do. But right now on a trading range basis, we got a buyer below 105, say 106. And we got a seller above 110. And we're in the 109.30 area. So more reasons to get short up here than long. And on our F2 screen, 950 sell 1, 975 sell 2. On the buy side, 109 even, 875 buy 2. And that's it for this January the 8th, 2016. I hope you've had a good week. We've had fun, or I've had fun anyway. But I've been accused of being able to amuse myself. And we're going to get after it bright and early again Monday morning. We're going to shake that CME ATM money tree once again. Y'all have a great weekend. May all your football teams win. Enjoy the winter season. It does have its benefits too. Its pleasures. And I will see you bright and early Monday morning.